All right, folks. So I wanted to take some time to address some of the criticisms that I've seen with this game. And I get the impression that some of it, like some of the hard criticisms, are coming from people who either don't want to like this game, have no intention on playing this game, or just played it because they needed it for their content for their channel, and now they're ready to move on. Because that's a lot of oh well, just probably wait for this to go on sale. If $70 is the standard price in which you have to pay for games today, I would say it's worth the standard price. I mean, because what was it? The standard price of video games 20 years ago was like, what, $50? Um, I mean, there was kind of like, I remember the very first video game I ever got, my parents ever bought me, was Conquest of the Crystal Palace for my Nintendo console. And other than Mario Brothers, that was the only game I had. And the price tag was like $26, almost $60 they spent on Conquest of the Crystal Palace, because that was the only way they could turn the copy I had rented from Blockbuster back to Blockbuster. I'm not kidding you. I had to go back to the rental place. So my parents opted to buy me a copy. So it's $56 for a game. Conquest of the Crystal Palace. Yeah, Google it. Look it up. It was brand new. Okay, $56. And then over time, uh, prices sort of fluctuated between $50 and $60. They always kind of have, guys. So yeah, they kind of bumped the price up to $10, and some titles are not worth it. They're not. We know they're not. I would argue this title is absolutely worth the standard price, fair market value for new modern games. It's When it came out, it was polished. It was not broken upon launch. I've sunk 22 hours in this game, and I've had one weird bug where I died and fell through the map. So I closed out and I loaded back in. Everything was fine. I've only had like one or two zombies clip through physical objects, to be honest, in all the 22 hours I played. This game is, I mean, if I want to be honest, I've seen broken games, okay? I played Dying Light 2 on launch. Yeah, that's right. Yes. I was traumatized. No, I wasn't. But it was irritating how unfinished that game was. This is a finished game that doesn't charge you microtransactions. Um, it is a fantastic sequel to the original, and it improves on so many things that the sequel, like the original game, really needed. The original game was an open world game, but it had problems. Some of the quests were like if you played the first game enough, you knew what quests not to do. Like you could say, oh well, that game was like, however long it was with all the side quests. I never did all the side quests. I only did the ones I could tolerate, because some of them were set up to be so unfair because they expected you to be in co-op. So, I mean, I see where Dan Buster kind of shies away from escort missions, because Dead Island had some of the most atrocious escort missions ever. They do use sewer levels in this game. I hate sewer levels in zombie games, but right when that level was wearing out its welcome, it was over. I was starting to lose my nerve with it, and it was all over. And now that I'm on the other side of the sewer, instead of having to go back and track through the sewer like you had to in the original Dead Island game, there is a fast travel map, because nobody likes the sewers. Nobody. Okay. So I feel like this version of Dead Island is much more accommodating to the player. Definitely worth the $70 asking price. This is coming from someone who bought the special edition. The second criticism is how linear the game is. if you're actually into the game and you're enjoying yourself, that's not really a question. Like, this game didn't need to be open world. And I'm so happy that Dan Buster decided to do something that other game developers don't think about. Like, you know, it's like, let's not make an open world. Let's make a really, really good linear style video game with multiple maps that we can load the player into, thereby cutting down all the possibilities for things to go wrong and be broken to where we can't fix it, or it takes us forever to fix it, right? Open worlds means there's a lot going on, and sometimes maybe fixing bugs is hard to do in an open world game. This is more condensed, it's tight, and it works. It's fantastic. As far as linear games go, Callisto Protocol was really bad about being a linear game. And what made it worse is the environmental storytelling was just not there. Somebody said they felt like Callisto Protocol felt more like a tech demo. And although I do like Callisto Protocol, I can't argue with that because it does. Yeah, it's not dripping with atmosphere like it could have been, right? So no, I don't think linearity is the linear format here is, or style, I should say, is a problem. If you're into it, like, you hardly notice because there's so many areas that you can just go off into and explore and find interesting things. Evil Within was another linear game that I absolutely adored. Yeah, no problems there. I don't have a problem with linear games. And the funny part is you know, people who criticize this game for having a linear style to it, like, I guarantee you, those people have been burned out before trying to play open world games. Sick and tired of one open world game after another, right? You know, so Dan Buster dared to be different, and it worked fantastic. Another criticism, the gunplay. Somebody said that the gunplay was lacking or is barely serviceable. If you played the first Dead Island, you would understand how silly that sounds. Like, I got really good at Dead Island's gunplay, and I never felt like it felt good. It never felt good. The gunplay in this game feels a lot better than it did in the original Dead Island. So if you haven't played a whole lot of the original, then of course you wouldn't see the improvements that were made. It makes sense. But yeah, so like, and like, people are saying the game's short. Like, I know I spent at least 15 hours with Burno here. You can see my stats. I mean, yeah, I haven't really fooled with the challenges a whole lot, but I still got, what? Yeah, I'm a little over halfway done, and I have tons of side quests I have even yet to find or do. I got plenty to do here, and on top of that, I still have to finish the game with Little Mama in co-op. You know, she's playing Amy, and I'm playing Danny over there. This game's been a joy. It's been an absolute joy to play. This is the Dead Island game I always wanted. And I got no regrets. Like, this is fantastic. It's too soon to say yet, but I know I joked and said this is my game of the year, but yeah, this is my game of the year. That's not a joke. And quite possibly could end up becoming my favorite zombie game of all time. This game just keeps winning, like, it keeps stealing my heart at every corner. Every zombie jaw that falls off onto the ground, my heart gets stolen a little more. So anyway, yeah, that's my 2 cents. My biggest criticisms is I think that the character voices they get a little too carried away. Sometimes you're trying to listen to a recording and your character's talking over it, and it's annoying. And I would have preferred a skill tree rather than these cards. It's fine. I played Fallout 76. I know how to work with cards, but I would have preferred a skill tree. You know, so yeah, it's okay. You know, you can't have it all. Am I right, kids? Anyway, that's all I got for now. You all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will catch you on the flip side.